Early film came with its limitations. One of the most well-known limitations was the inability to record sound and dialogue. This led to filmmakers resorting to other things such as music to kind of tell their stories, and kind of give tone and pacing. And even after we were well established the ability to record and put voices into films, directors were still putting songs and music to kind of tell the stories.
I'm sorry.
Where can I find her?
Orchestrated sequences where instruments do the talking became kind of a trope in cinema, especially in horror films where they could build up suspense. You think of the violin, and people loved it. People still love it to this day. If you think of your favourite horror movie, you can go back and watch it and think how many times they use instruments such as a violin. In the segment I directed for Jeffery Allan's Tour of Terror, the scene takes place in the early 20th century, and there's no dialogue whatsoever. Without the dialogue, you can't really understand what's going on without music. So I decided that music would be the best option. So there's no dialogue or sound effects besides the odd laughter, but it's mostly music. And I really wanted to sell that style. I really wanted to capture that image of the early 20th century, the 1920s. This film that we've made, Jeffery Allan's Tour of Terror, pays tribute to the different styles of horror. When you watch it, you'll recognise in each section. There's a bit of parody, there's a bit of slasher, and of course you can't really claim to be a tribute to a genre without going to the very beginning where it's all started. And that's why I really wanted to capture. You think Nosferatu, in Dracula, the classic black and white horror. And that's where my inspiration was, as films I've just mentioned. Early film did its best attempt to kind of sell suspense, and I truly believe that, even to this day, rewatching it, it's still a terrifying experience. You know what's going to happen, but the music in itself sells you that, and something's not good. Whether it's your first time or your 50th time watching it, it's still scary. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho uses music to build suspense. You watch any horror films that come out in the 2020s, it'll still use the same style of music as the 1920s, even if it does have dialogue or multi-story lines, or it's an hour and 50 minutes long, it still uses that music. And that's what I love about it, and that's why I wanted to show that love in this film. And I really wanted that experience for some people, because not everyone experiences that, watches black and white horror. And I think it's a great place to start, and that's why I believe that music is truly the greatest storyteller.